All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Kakodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone, who teach very well, while I this truth from, and sanitation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in our truth, faith, and sincerity. And today, just basically, just getting on Esau and his deceit, his quick in wicked ways, man. Because we already know right here, starting off in Sirach 12 and 10, it says, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And that's how Esau been working, man. And for the foolish Israelites out here who thinking, you vote every 4 years is going to increase your chances of having a better life. You vote and going to city council faithfully every week is going to increase your way of life. You thinking that voting Republican this time is going to increase your wages. Nah, all these things will not work, man. Because this wicked society is on its tail end down, man. And it's a quote by one of these bankers. He says, you can tell the kingdom is on its way out if you can see how crazy the laws is, man. Because you already know it's different laws. And if your children are out of order, you know what I'm saying? Your children call the police on you. If your boy want to be a girl and you buck up against it, now you in trouble now, man. But at the same time, this is what happened when the wicked are in rulership. That's why the Lord is telling us never trust them, because if you trust Esau, the outcome will always be death, man. Look what happened during the Tuskegee experiment. Even look what happened when Jake do get up off on 1 foot. What it's called? I forgot the other one, but I know the main one was Black Wall Street. When Jake was doing well to a certain extent, look what was the end result of it, man. People dying. And the reason why is because you was trying to find a get up. You was trying to find a way to get on top here in captivity, man. Let's go ahead and jump down. This is the book of Sirach 12, and I'm going to jump down to verse 13. It says, who will pity a charmer that has been with a serpent, or any such as come now wild beast? Yes. So who will pity you when you trust in this devil? We told you, man. Look what he did to Martin Luther King. He was a grade A sellout. Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? And even his own kind, Captain Kirk. Look what he did to him. So just a regular old hood nigga, out of Andalusia, Alabama, you're going to be the one that's going to change the world. You're going to be the one that's going to make America come right side up. No, man. This place was predestinated to be destroyed. There's no way you can rehabilitate this place, and trying to rehabilitate it will lead into your death. Let's continue on, though. It says, so one that goeth to a sinner, which is Esau Edom in this state, and is defiled with them in his sins, who will pity? Because you trying to make it in this system, ultimately it defiles you, man. Let's jump over one chapter. Sirach 13 to verse 1. He that touch a pitch shall be defiled therewith. And that pitch really right now is this American beast system, man. You trying to be a mayor. You're going to be defiled. Even guys who want to be a preacher. Look at T.D. Jakes, man. You trying to make it in this society as a grade A preacher, Joel Osteen. Look at the result of it, man. That's why the only really righteous option for you is just to be a prophet and to speak against this wicked society, man. Let's go ahead and continue on. It says, and he that have fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. And their proud man is who? Esau Edom, man. And you having fellowship with them will lead into what? Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 13. Jumping down to verse 15. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. And ultimately, it's going to be the end goal for everyone who makes Egypt, this modern day Egypt, this modern day Babylon the Great, the land of the Chaldeans, better known as America. If you try to make it here in this society, ultimately you're going to get destroyed here with this society in the midst of World War III, man. Because at the end of the day, Esau, he will show himself to be the devil. So let's go back to this Sirach, the 12th chapter. Going back, this is the book of Sirach 12, jumping back to verse 15. It says, for he will abide, for a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, yes. And again, he speaks sweetly in this modern day society about giving you reparations, another stimulus check, EBT. Even this guy Joe Biden, if you don't vote for Biden, you vote for Biden. Well, the vote for Biden is the black vote, or whatever the Democrat vote is the black vote. However they was trying to switch it, however it was wickedness, man. So that's him speaking sweetly because he's lying to you with those sweet, deceitful words. Continuing on. But in his heart, he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. Yes. Because the first deal they're going to sign is not a deal of, matter of fact, we're going to have to get them reparations. Matter of fact, what about we got to be their slaves now? They'll never do that, man. Until they start talking about that on the table, until they start putting stuff like that on the table, then you can really start taking reparations seriously, man. But at the end of the day, if you're just looking for a couple of dollars from this devil and to get kicked with a slipper instead of a steel-toe boot, guess what, man? That work is futile because the only way that this kingdom will be made better if this guy get out of power. And ultimately when this guy get put in the chains, man. And that's why he's speaking sweetly unto you, because he know what his end goal is, man. He know that at the end of the day, the Lord is going to put him into captivity. Esau know what's ahead of him, man. And he's finna do the most to try to hold on to his wicked society right now. Let's go ahead and continue on, though. It says he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And they could be in the form of black on black crime. You can say, it was a drug war. Well, where they get the drugs from? It was in a neighborhood where I know no black people don't have no plans to go get some crack cocaine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was a black scientist that made that. Or even you can go back into a gun or weaponry. A guy got shot with a Smith & Wesson. Who is Smith & Wesson? Who created it? The role of death always go back into the so-called white man. Because he is as death. Continuing on. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. He will speak with his hand and clap with his hand and whisper much and change his countenance. Yes, because ultimately through his laws and legislations will this guy show his hatred towards you, especially the nation of Israel. Let's get this real quick in Isaiah 10 and verse 1. Woe to those enacting crooked statutes and writing oppressive laws. A part of those oppressive laws is that you 3/5 of a man. Ain't like they changed that. That's still intact, man. Showing you the lack of respect that Esau had for the children of the Most High. Continuing on. To keep the poor from getting a fair trial and to deprive the needy among my people of justice. And best believe this is going to be true, especially in the upcoming days, man. Best believe in the time of Jacob's trouble, you're not going to get a fair trial. It's not going to be fair when this guy persecute us. Because ultimately we're going to get persecuted for Yahweh Shai's sake. Yahweh Shai didn't get a fair trial. So how much more us today? Continuing on, though. It says, so that the widows can be their spoil and they can plunder their the fatherless. Let's get this in the KJV. It says, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that the widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. And that's what they really want to do at the end of the day, man. To put us off the streets, man, the righteous up off the streets. That's why this guy, he's creating different type of laws and legislations so it will be illegal for us to speak against America, man. It's already illegal in the form of treason, but they're slowly but surely taking away their First Amendment right. And when those things like that get taken away, ultimately, it's going to be a quote-unquote deadly price if you speak against America. But guess what? We still going to do it for the Lord's sake, man. You know, so yeah, I just pray this video is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostle, elders, great millstone, and Shalom.